Hey there, everybody. It's Aaron DeHart with Summit Funding in beautiful Reno, Nevada. I'm going to be talking about REO or bank-owned properties today, and especially for first-time home buyers or someone that's looking to buy a bank-owned property. And I'm lucky enough to have with me today one of the top buyers agents for REO bank-owned properties in the Reno Sparks, also Incline, Lake Tahoe area. Mr. Ron Dill with Coldwell Banker. Ron, how are we doing today, buddy?
Oh, good, Aaron. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
All right.
So I wanted to talk with some of the folks out there today about REOs, or for easy terms, bank-owned properties. Basically a property that's already been foreclosed upon,
Okay.
owned by the banks. And I get a lot of phone calls all the time from clients, and what do we do? What's the first step, et cetera, et cetera. So I wanted to have you here today because I know a lot of the buyers that we work with, those are a lot of the properties that we end up doing for them. So fire away, shoot away.
Okay. Well, the first thing you need to do is find out if the home's available. If you're on, anytime you're on a website where you have to pay, generally you're going to get stale information. Ironically, the more you pay, the worse the information becomes. So, if you go on my site, not to give it too much of a plug, just rondellrealtor.com, and then you click on foreclosures. I tend to update that quite a bit. Those are pure active ones that are not in escrow. So remember, if you're on some of these pay foreclosure sites or even other sites in general, if it says active, sometimes that can be what's called active pending or things like that. So it can be in escrow. So make sure it actually is available. A lot of times with bank owned, you want to kind of drive by because they might not have pictures in them. A lot of these big companies out of Vegas, they've got hundreds of listings. A lot of times they'll just pay the fine and not have a picture in there, or they'll just do like a satellite photo. A lot of times they haven't even seen them. The conditions is a biggie, and of course, if you're buying one that needs work, then I'm going to probably throw it back at you. And can you explain briefly how the FHA 203K works, and if they wanted to buy a fix-up bank property, for example?
Absolutely. We, as I'm sure everybody knows, and if you don't, a lot of times when the bank does come back and take over a property, unfortunately, there has been damages done to it. I've heard stories of cement being poured down the drains, electrical stuff ripped out of the walls, and believe it or not, even toilets being stolen out of the property. True story. Basically, the FHA 203K loan, it's a regular FHA loan. It's part of the entire FHA insurance that's put forth by the federal government. And basically what it does is it allows a buyer to go into a bank-owned home or a home that's been damaged and finance the cost of the repairs to bring that home up to par and make it safe and livable. And so the financing of new electrical work, new carpets, can be taken all the way down to the foundation if there's damage to the foundation, repairs for the roof. So it's a great product and it's a great product for someone that's looking to buy an REO or a bank-owned property, or possibly a first-time home buyer that wants to get a good deal and can finance the cost of those repairs into the property and make it livable and move into your home.
Is the down payment and points and things like that, interest rate still about the same?
Very similar. You have your minimum 3.5 required investment down payment on the borrower's part. That can be a gift as well, just like a regular FHA loan. Pretty much very similar guidelines that mirror a regular FHA transaction. This just allows us to finance the cost into the loan and make it livable for them.
And I imagine it's a lot like a construction loan. So in other words, you get X amount of work done.
Yep.
They send an inspector out there. They go, okay, here's the money to pay them, and then you kind of start on your next draw. So similar to construction loans.
Exactly. One of my favorite things that I like to point out that I don't think is explained a lot is you can actually finance up to 6 months in the 203K FHA loan as well. You can actually finance up to 6 months worth of principal, interest, and taxes and insurance payment in there as well. So if someone is, it's a major project and it's going to take some time, or if they're doing it during the winter months and we've had some snow and delays of snow, FHA actually has a clause in there that they can actually finance up to 6 months worth of the mortgage payments in there as well before they move into the home. So great product. I love it. And I think it's much needed for a lot of the bank-owned properties.
Now, you asked earlier about how to buy these things. So are you better off with just a generic pre-approval letter at first, just so you have it, because these bank-owned properties run very fast?
Sure.
And then you would give that to them, and if you determine it needed work, then you could roll over to a 3K. Would that probably be the best strategy?
Yeah,
because otherwise
absolutely.
You don't know, you can't quantify your repairs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to that, you want to meet with your loan officer first. Provide them evidence of your income, evidence of your assets and your liabilities, and make sure that you are qualified and pre-approved. And then from there, if you do find a home that you fall in love with and it needs a little TLC and some fixing up, then absolutely, then you look into the financing option for a 203K rehab loan.
Okay. And typically what we're seeing now is it's not quite as crazy as it was a couple of years ago. The banks, if it's a fast-moving property, they will hold all their offers typically anywhere from 5 days to 2 weeks. So what that means is that they call it a highest and best scenario. So they'll kind of hold all the offers, and then present them to the asset manager after a certain waiting period. That way they can kind of look at them all at once. If you're going to play in that sandbox, you're going to need a pre-approval letter in advance. Don't wait till the last minute, because who knows, you might find this property at 4:30 on the day when everything's submitted by 5. So you're going to have your pre-approval letter. They're a pretty fast-moving thing, but they're very rewarding. You just got to do your due diligence and your homework. There's some pretty good deals out there, but there's a conception out there you have to get a bank loan to get a deal. I'm seeing good investments, I should call them, not deals.
Absolutely.
All throughout the board. Regular sales, short sales, everything. Of course, as we know, the short sales do take a lot longer.
Yep. Great time to buy, folks. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to contact me. My name's Aaron Dehart with Summit Funding here in Reno, Nevada. I can be reached at area code 775-824-3640. I'm at extension 104. You can also check out my mortgage blog at www.thenevadamortgagereports.com. Ron, how can people contact you if they have questions?
I'll probably just be down at the Round Table Pizza.
Easy.
No, that's okay. It's 775-750-5256. My website is ronbellrealtor.com. B as in boy. I think we had a good session. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.